When you're on a tour at Red River Polytech and you want to look at the trades and technologies, it's going to get messy and noisy. So we've made our way to Carpentry. This is the Dean of Trades and Technologies, Darren Kochenash. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
This is a spiffy new area of Red River. I went here like 1,000 years ago, but this whole building wasn't here. As we walked by these different places, you were pointing out the trades. You were like, how many different shops are they, and can you list where students are learning?
Oh wow, that's a great question. So we have approximately 40 different trades programs here that we offer in Manitoba. About 35 here at NDC campus. Everything from transportation trades, automotive, auto body, heavy duty, to our carpentry, construction trades, sheet metal, refrigeration. I could go on and on. As you know, there's about 35. Right now we're in the STTC building and we're in the carpentry space. And so this space offers certificate programs for those of people that are interested in getting into the trade, as well as the apprenticeship stream. So those that are wanting to complete a full apprenticeship in the trade of carpentry.
What have you seen for the trades in terms of the popularity that the trades might have had to attract students back in the day versus now? Because you've been with the college for a long time.
Yeah, I've been with the college since 2006. I'm a red steel sheet metal worker by trade, and so very proud to have trained here actually at Notre Dame campus. We're certainly seeing all of the trades being disrupted by technology. So the way that we work and build and communicate is changing. The tools and equipment and materials are changing, and so our students, definitely are being tasked with some different ways of installing, maintaining, and constructing buildings. As far as attracting people to the trades, we continue to work with the youth, the upcoming. Really celebrating. We're pleased to have people like yourself down here so we can share what these trades are all about and the opportunities that they provide. The trades provide really dynamic careers where you get to go out and work on different projects all the time. You get to work on teams. You get to see the fruit of your labor when a construction project is being built and when it's completed.
In terms of the future for this, obviously Red River made a big investment in this new space, attracting students and staying up with the technology, as you mentioned. What's your view for the future?
Yeah, so all of the skilled trades here in Manitoba are in high demand. So our industries, the construction sector is really looking for that next level of talent to come out. There's lots of job opportunities. We know that last year was, I think, the highest year in Manitoba's history for new registrations in apprenticeship, and so we're really excited about the opportunities and the labor market. And so now it's really about making sure that these apprentices have what they need, and they can get out into the job force as quickly as possible to really drive Manitoba's construction sector, manufacturing and transportation sectors.
So this is Jeremiah. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for taking a pause. You've been standing up a stool.
Yes.
How are you liking carpentry at Red River?
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It was probably a lot more intensive than I anticipated, but I'm up for a challenge. Yeah.
How more intensive in what way? Just more hands-on, or what do you mean?
Hands-on, the pacing as well. I've done carpentry outside of school, of course, for 5 years. And so I was relating it to being almost the same intensity, but it's a very different intensity to what I found outside in the trade. So here it's very fast-paced going through the curriculum, and at the same time testing you in terms of how much you're retaining and also the proficiency you're working at.
So you came from already working in the trade a little bit, and is this formalizing your education, or what's your goal?
Formalizing, as well as becoming a journey person, helping out the company I'm currently with, and then just furthering my career.
Can I ask how old you are? Will you share?
I'm 32.
Okay, 32. So you're young. Yeah. You're from a generation. That's where you say, yes, I am. But I mean, relatively, you're from a generation that is almost bringing back the trades. Yeah. Right? Like there's sort of a movement around that. Do you relate to that? Do you?
I feel so. I know myself, I have a post-secondary degree at the U of M. I have a 4-year honors degree. I had done a little bit within my field, and then I feel like a lot of financials. I felt like the trades, there was a lot more opportunity for work, as well as a lot more financially, like you start off at a better position than a lot of people do coming out of university with a degree. and also, like I said before, there's a lot more opportunity. I know for carpentry, it's like there's a lot more retirees, a lot more older generations, and I know during the pandemic, a lot of them did retire earlier than what they were thinking of, just because of what was going on during then in terms of work. Now I know that there's a greater need for carpenters, especially because carpenters kind of seem to be overlooked as a trade by a lot of young people because it's not the most profitable up front, and a lot of people younger usually go towards like plumbing or electrical, HVAC. So it's kind of like a trade that doesn't get as appreciated as.
Interesting though that they're judging it financially, because you've actually made, I'm just going to turn this way for a sec, you've actually made a conscious choice for your future.
Yes I have, yeah. So even though I'm not maybe making as much as an electrician, it compensates for that satisfaction I get out of the work I do.
What year are you in, and when are you done?
I'm in my first year, so even though, like I've said, I've worked in the field for years, it was just more of like what was a good timing for myself, because I'm also a homeowner. So it had to balance of like paying a mortgage, bills, but then saving up and then going to school at the same time. So I'm at a point where I can I can take a step away from working in the field, come to school, further my education, and then come back, and it'll pay off in the end.
I can't imagine how busy you are. That's what I'm hearing. But congrats on all of it. Thanks for sharing the time with CBC.
Yes, thank you very much.
Let's see the rest of this stool. You ready to piece?
I pretty much showed you where I'm at.
Okay. There is something about that sound. I love that sound, right? Good old bricks and mortar. Here we are at Red River Polytech. We're exploring some of the newest trades and technologies, but we're starting with one of the oldest trades, which is something that Ryan Lear is learning all about. Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going very well. I heard you're almost through with your program in a couple weeks.
That's correct. We got 3 years down and a couple hours after we finish, and then IP on December 13th.
Wow, congrats. What drew you to the trades, and specifically this?
You know what, I've been in it for quite a while. My grandfather's actually a mason from Germany, and my dad started his company back. I'm originally from Kenora, so I moved here in 2020, and yeah, I've been with the same company, Alpha Masonry, which has been fantastic, and yeah, it's just a great job.
I love, as I said, the sound. There's something about the sound, and also there's such an art to masonry. It's not just building for structural purposes, but there's beauty and there's some artistic design.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell by our classroom that this was all from previous students and teachers, and it's always learning.
What a classroom. Like calling this a classroom, right? So that's part of why we're here. We're exploring the trades. What's your education been like here, and how does it work when you're building something so hands-on, and that's your actual, that's your actual work?
You know what? Our teacher, Brian Gebhardt, he's been fantastic. It's everything's learning. You definitely have to have a feel for it, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and it works well and it turns out well when I pay attention to the projects and whatnot. So this is a sand and just lime mixture.
Oh, it's heavy.
It doesn't get hard. We reuse this after every use.
This would be also like stress relieving, I would think, to throw this stuff down.
It can be, or if you're having one of those days, you can toss a trowel, But so yeah, basically, it stays soft.
What are you building here? Can you put a brick on and show us how you butter it up?
So this is a segmental Gothic arch. It's bonded, which means we're gonna have full bricks, double width, which is both sides. Yeah. What do I want here, real quick? Just random brick.
Nice. Is it like buttering a cake, kind of?
Kind of, a little bit. And then you just kind of.
a quiet lab, but I'll tell you what, we are surrounded by things that if you're a homeowner, you're going to recognize. What do you do when you have problems with the furnace, when you have issues with the air conditioner? Or how do those heat split pumps work? Is that even what they're called? Well, that's what students are learning here in this lab. So Derek, this is really kind of highlights how up to date you have to be, because all homeowners know how quickly this kind of technology is changing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we're in our refrigeration, air conditioning, mechanical space here at RC Polytech, and so as you can see behind me, these pieces of equipment have a lot more technology in them than they ever did in the past. And as you all know, you can operate your furnace from your smartphone nowadays, and so the systems are much more intricate. They're much more user-friendly. They're much more connected. They're much more efficient. So the refrigerants that we're using today are much more highly advanced, much more sustainable. So a lot for our students to unpack, and a lot for our instructors to make sure that they're current and that they're teaching current practices, so that our students can go out there and repair, install, maintain the systems that are in all of our houses, in all of our buildings here in Manitoba. We want to make sure that the sustainable piece is a really important component of what we're doing. Manitoba's action plan around sustainable energy, that's being built in every day, right? And the technology that we're using needs to maintain and keep up with that.
How many students? You said at Red River, I think there's six different deans, right? So in your area, how many students are in all these programs we've been discussing today?
Yeah, so in our school, annually we have a little over 5,000 students, about a little over 3,000 apprentices that have get training here at RRC Polytech.
Thanks for showing us around today. Let's go buy the heat pump so I can actually figure out what it is.
You're more than welcome. Thanks.